It's the end of what was a bit of a chilly day. Hi, Nuggy. Hi, Lizzie. Thought I'd just do a little hi from the chickens. Lizzie has much to say this evening. They all think that the snack man...
Well, I mean, I do have broccoli in my hand.
The snack man does have snacks. So we are back to having 17 hens.
Yep, we are.
Unfortunately, we had to bid farewell to Oos the rooster
Yeah, we did.
a week or so ago.
Yep, he was getting a little out of hand. These ones are getting geez, come on, guys. Anyway.
You can tell who brings the snacks.
Yeah. So yeah, he was getting a little out of hand with his aggression, and it was escalating rather than, going down the longer we had him. So.
And when we say aggression, we mean mainly towards us,
Yeah.
but also towards, not aggression towards the hens, but there was some over mating going on, and a couple of the hens were getting their feathers on their back
and as,
destroyed.
Roosters go, he wasn't he wasn't getting the job done very well.
No, he was doing more damage.
He didn't quite have the order of operations down very well.
No, he was doing more
So the
damage.
hens were suffering with really no benefit, to them,
Right.
as far as
Yeah.
getting eggs
So we
fertilized.
We gave him the benefit of the doubt for several months.
Yep.
And then unfortunately we had to make the decision after there was multiple attacks on both of us at the same time on the same day, that he just wasn't allowing us to do what we needed to do with the chickens.
Yep.
And it was just all getting a bit much.
Well, this time of year as well is when their hormones ramp up and their drives start getting, more amplified. And that's what was happening with him, but you don't want that in a rooster.
No.
You want it to be, a healthy fear, I guess, which he didn't have. So
Well, I can show
anyway,
you.
long story short, he's no longer with us, and his genetics will not be tested out.
This is the hen that was getting the brunt of it. So this is 2 weeks of healing now. So her back's actually looking a lot better. But we decided that for the good of the flock.
And the flock dynamic has changed, I would say, pretty drastically since he's not been here, in a positive way.
Lizzie.
They're all just, their backs are looking a lot better. They're going to be a lot less stressed out, which is good for them because that's when their egg laying is ramping up right now as well. So they don't need extra stress on top.
Yeah.
So they made the choice to...
We will try again. What's the matter, Larry? We will try again with another rooster. So we've got chicks coming for this year. So we're hopeful that we might be able to get a good rooster from that batch of chicks.
The Delaware breed is what we're going after. So, yeah, hopefully, they're a fairly docile breed. So we'll see what goes on, see what happens. Buckeyes are a little bit more high-strung. I kind of wanted that trait, to be fair, for the hawk, protection and alert, but it just wasn't the right setup for him.
No, and it wasn't working for us, and so that's where we're at. But now we have 17. 17?
Yeah.
Is that how many we have?
Yep.
Very calm, contented girls of varying ages. Oh, thanks, Dora.
And I noticed one of the Morans has a pretty dirty...
Yeah, that one. So we'll need to give her a bath.
I think I'm going to start them on a deworming treatment soon.
Yeah. Babs.
You start seeing a lot of build up on their vents. That could be a sign of parasite load.
Babs.
What's she doing?
She's pecking my boot. What are you doing? Babby. What are you doing? Anyway, and then We have Lena and Melania and Larry and Meg and Stompy and Nuggy and Not Lena and Lizzie and Mrs. Yoda and Mrs. Miller and Bee. And there's Maud off there doing what she's doing.
Dora's back here sneezing or something.
Ah, Dora. Hey, what's up? Hi, what are you doing?
So her car is still healing up nicely from...
Yeah, that's the other thing we were having was the combs were getting battered.
They still have a little bit of winter damage from it. A touch of frostbite, nothing terrible.
No. Hi. Hi there. But this is something we were not able to do when we had Oos, was be out here with the hens because we were constantly having to watch what was going on.
Say that again.
Apparently I said something to trigger that
Wow.
apple
Creepy.
person. I don't know what I said either. So we've restored calm to the flock, and I think we made the right decision. The other thing that we were having was eggs being eaten.
Yes, that's right. We don't know if it was intentional or if one got cracked and then he ate it, or but since he's been dispatched, there's been no eaten or broken eggs.
Yeah.
Which tracks, because that's what happened with Hulk Hogan. That was the final straw for him.
Yeah.
He was eating the egg. So I don't know if that's what kind of behavior that is out of a rooster, if it's common or
if it's a dominance thing, or we don't really know, but it's something we've had with both of the roosters that we've had.
Yeah. You can only guess. You can't really predict chicken logic.
No. What do you think? I'm getting my butt pecked.
But the way the flock worked, though, is that they had the
Hi.
OGs, the older ones, who were more in charge, and the younger ones, which he was more in charge of. So I'm wondering if it was a thing where, there's almost like a two-flock dynamic going on, where he wanted one flock to have the resources, and he was eating the OG's eggs, perhaps.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We don't really know, but either way, I know we hadn't made a video in a little while, so I thought we'd just update. We're now in the point in the year where we're ramping up for...
Oh, bird fight.
Yeah. Was that robins?
The chickens were watching that.
Yeah.
It's a couple of robins.
We're ramping up now for spring and the spring season, so we're getting gardening started. We've got fruit trees and fruit bushes going in, and we're still in that point. So it was really cold last night. We had maybe an inch of snow overnight.
Yeah.
And
it was icy.
But the day before it was like 70 degrees and
tomorrow's supposed
warm.
to be 65 or 70.
Yeah, so while we haven't got snow on the ground anymore, there's still, cold nights.
We've had some fortunate luck with the weather in the past couple weeks where it's hasn't been terrible. So we've been able to get out and get some things done and pack things for spring, which it's been pretty good for that.
Yeah, we planted a lot of strawberries over the weekend. We got a lot of onions in the garden.
Mud season hasn't been overwhelming this year.
Not yet.
I think because we had snow on the ground for so long.
Yeah. So we'll see how it all goes. We'll keep you guys posted. Obviously when we're busy, it's kind of hard to film at the same time. What are you guys doing? That's another one of the hens that was damaged by the rooster, but she seems to be getting her feathers back now. Packing the snack scoop, seeing what's going on. Is that Lena or not Lena?
That is Lena.
That's Lena.
She has a smaller comb.
Yeah.
It's ever so slightly smaller.
Lena is the chicken who we ended up having at the chicken vet last year, I guess.
Bumblefoot.
With Bumblefoot. So she's she's a very sweet girl, aren't you? Yeah. And here's Larry, who's been around. Everybody's familiar with Larry.
Oh, yeah.
Larry's been around for 3 years now.
Morons.
Here is Sarge, I think. This is the hen that we thought was a rooster
Yeah, I think so.
when we first got her. And here's Melania. Just checking to see if I've got
She
any
acted
snacks.
way different than the other chicks did. She was a complete standoff from the rest of them.
Yeah.
But as she's gotten older, she's just like the rest. Nothing different.
Yep. And everyone's familiar with Mel. She's one of the OGs, the original six. And of course, Nuggy, the bowling ball chicken, who has obviously been digging a lot today. She was absolutely filthy when I came out here. So everybody's happy. Everybody's enjoying their time outside. Are you happy, Brett?
Yep, I'm happy.
Good. Well, that's
you
where
happy?
we're at. I'm very happy. Work is finished for the day, and I get to hang out with weird noises.
All right, it's time to
We
get these.
need to get them in,
get these
and then
dum-dums
we're
in.
gonna call it a night. Say bye, Brett.
Bye, Brett.